hold on, I have to say it right. Molokai. Molokai. That is the destination in Hawaii that we are celebrating this week in the Mystery 5-0. If you haven't gone into the Mystery 5-0 with us yet, then you can go to the link that Lanny's going to place in the description, and you can sign up there and get onto, if nothing else, our Facebook group, because it's tons and tons of fun. And then you can see and decide whether or not you want to join us for our adventure. I have a couple of extra little tips that I put out yesterday, but I was going to go ahead and do a just show you what I'm not sure if I was exactly clear. So, and then Will has made us a delicious original.
Well, it's not. This is a traditional Hawaiian coconut pudding that is made into a pie form. It's very tasty. It's my first attempt, so I wasn't quite sure how well to cook it. So the chocolate layer is a little runny because I thought it would set up more like a pudding than I had to cook it to set it up.
It's chocolate. I'm not going to care.
But the top has set up pretty nicely. So it's...
And what's it called?
Haupia.
Haupia. And we're going to also provide that recipe.
It's
super simple, right?
It's a can of coconut milk, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and 1/3 of a cup of water to dissolve the second 2 in.
So it's not hard.
Nope.
Okay, cool. So let me do my little demonstration, and then we'll do that. Okay, so first of all, no, you can't do that. No, not happening. Okay, so first thing I wanted to do, I have all my pieces. I am in progress, just as I'm sure many of you are. So I've got my pieces done. They are strip sets, sticking that right behind you. And I just wanted to show you, I think that sometimes when we iron and I am just as guilty as anyone else, that sometimes we don't iron all the way because we're either in a hurry or we're, probably it's because we're in a hurry. I mean, most of you are instant gratification quilters just like me. And so therefore, we just really want to get our stuff done as quickly as possible. And so what happens is that we'll end up having a fold over like that, and it totally messes up the dimensions of your block. It meshes up. You have problems when you're nesting your seams and all that stuff. And so I just wanted to give, this is just a basic ironing tip. And so I am ironing so that I'm going to be ironing toward the green. So I start by laying my green, the color that I want to iron to, I put that on top. And so then I heat it up. Somewhere along the line, someone decided that if we heated those fibers that they would be better. And then what I do is I fold that over. And so that I can feel that green is then going, and you can see how I'm just pressing that over. And I can feel that green is going that way, and then I can iron on top. Now, I say iron. Iron is where you're moving it across the fabric. But I'm not putting any pressure on my iron. My iron has a nice heat. I have it at the top for this cotton. And I am not actually pressing down any. I'm just running it across and letting the heat do the work. I think that's something else that, it will definitely distort your fabric if you're not doing it correctly. And then your block is off, and you were trying to figure out why your block is off, and believe me, I've been there. Okay, so now I want to do the other side. I'm laying that green up on top, giving that a little bit of heat. And then I can do the same thing. I can just fold that over just like that. And for the most part, I can feel that is going in. Does this take a little bit more time than the way I used to do it? Oh, heck yeah. But look at how even this comes out. And then when you're doing any sewing, any block, I'm not putting any pressure, guys. I'm running the iron over it, but I am not putting any pressure whatsoever. So the other thing is that whenever you're doing any block, you want to make sure that your 1/4 inch is right. And so the way I do that is I start by making whatever first thing I need to do. And in this case, it was a strip set. And this strip set needed to measure 6.5 inches. And this is absolutely perfect. So now that I have gotten my strip set done, I have ironed. I mean, look at how beautifully that lines up all the way across. And that's what you want. And so by making sure that you have the right 1/4 inch, if at this point in time, like yesterday, when I was sewing, it was a little bit on the scant side, it was a little bit in and almost by 1/4 of an inch. I realized that my 1/4 inch wasn't correct. And so I went ahead and adjusted that on my sewing machine. And now I have a perfect strip. That perfect strip lends itself very nicely to what I'm going to show you next. And that is that I'm going to use my Stripology to cut my 2.5 inch strips out of these strip packs. This strip lengths. And so what's so cool about this is that, oops, I'm going to use this one and this one. And Will's like, I'm getting my pie out of the way or she's going to knock it off of the table.
I just didn't want to get it in the fabric.
Well, I appreciate that.
Might alter the flavor of the pie.
So because we went to the green on these, we can place these, actually want it this way, we can place these on top of each other because then these are going to nest in very nicely on top of each other, just like this. And because I've ironed them and made sure that I have correct 1/4 inch, you can see how my strips sets they're just absolutely lining up perfectly. Okay, so now that I'm going to feel here just to make sure that all of my pieces are nesting in there beautifully. This looks and feels wonderful. And then I'm going to bring over my Stripology XL. And I am going to line up on the 0 line. And I am going to line up. So here is my 0 line. I'm a little off because I did this yesterday and then said, ooh, I want to wait. I want to do this online again. And because you guys have to see it. And then the other thing that I'm doing is I'm lining up on my horizontal lines of my strips right here, okay? And then the Stripology allows me to do all my strip sets at once, so I have 2 pieces here. And now I'm going to start at the 0 because that's going to get rid of this unevenness at the end. And then I have little shortcuts. So I have squares that are my 2.5 inches. So I can literally follow the squares. And I will be able to cut all of these very, very quickly without any shifting because it's a creative grid and has the creative grid technology. And I don't have any shifting. And when I lift this up, all of these pieces except for this one at the very end have cut up just nicely. I'm just going to bring my scissors over here and snip those little threads, and now I have all of them cut. And so now I can go through as soon as we're done here and cut the rest of my strip sets, and I will have all my 9 patches because for this particular project we're doing 9 patches. And look at how gorgeous this green is. Like, I knew that this was going to be really pretty together, but I am absolutely in love. I wish I went ahead and had a sample of the quilt already done so I knew what it was going to look like, but I'm on the mystery with just like you guys are. So another thing that I did was I compiled, since Lara, L-A-R-A, is our companion on this journey. Lara is in Molucca. I actually pulled up some gorgeous, gorgeous pictures of Molucca. And so Lanny's going to put those down in the little corner there while I clean up my mess and get ready. And so we could just... Lanny got distracted, so he's thinking about that. And we're going to go ahead and eat pie then. And I'll move this out quicker than I thought I was going to. Move you over out of the way and turn you off. Yes.
I'm thinking it may be pronouncing Molucca. Kai Rom. Because in Hawaiian, all of the vowels are pronounced.
Okay.
So it would be Maluka'i.
Okay. So we're going to go with Willard's translation
just like
and
it
not
is.
the translation that was on the little video.
Yeah, just like it's Hawaii.
Okay. So this is how it's spelled.
Oh, okay, yeah, and they've even put the little tilde between the A and the I, so it
So
should
you're
be
saying
pronounced separately.
Malokai?
Malokai.
Malokai. Okay. So
Or Ka'i, actually.
and it's
the
known
I
as
would be an E sound.
and Molokai. Molokai. And so it's known as the Friendly Isle, and it's
So they don't care how you
throughout
pronounce it.
Hawaii, traditions are extremely strong, and aloha runs deep. So we're gonna.
Going after the first piece is always the worst.
Right. And so
I'm gonna get there. It's coming out.
Lanny is working on video, and
like I said, it's a little
on the runny side. I don't
on the
really
runny
care.
side on the bottom. So get out of there. There we go.
Oh, and then the pictures are up. So this is I spelled it wrong on my little video. Okay. Molok. I think it's Molo. Sorry about that. And then and yeah, it's known as the Friendly Isle. And I mean, I could just sit there and stare at the picture and yeah. Might need to put up some of these around the room.
So I did have it. It was in the freezer.
Oh, so the top's a little frozen.
So the middle is a little frozen, but.
You said I wasn't going to like the chocolate.
You don't like chocolate and coconut at all, I know.
Um,
like you would never eat a Mounds.
This is really good, and I haven't had lunch yet, so it's really good. It's been a busy morning.
One of the hints I saw in the recipes: don't use light coconut milk from the can. Always use the full fat coconut.
Right.
Because the light just doesn't work right. But even though the chocolate didn't set, it's still very good. If I can get this to set up properly, this might be a Thanksgiving staple.
Yes. yes. So we will. We'll figure out how to make a thing for the recipe so that everyone can actually see the recipe and the picture of it. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, aloha. We're gonna finish our wonderful dessert, and I'm gonna go back to making my 9-patch squares so that I can catch up with the rest of you. Our next clue comes out on Wednesday. It's not too late to join, and Lanny has put that link in there. And yeah, you're not behind practically at all. We've only just gotten started, and so not a problem. Yeah, we will see you guys